All right. All right. So I wanted to, before we get going, I'm going to introduce Uvea, and there was just something I wanted to say for the record. And that is that we are going to be speaking with Uvea about some of her experiences at an out of state facility where she was sent by the Oregon Department of Human Services. We don't intend this discussion to be comprehensive or a complete account of all that she experienced, and I won't be asking her for all of the details of any particular event. Our purpose today is to provide my colleagues with a thumbnail sketch to illustrate what children can go through at out-of-state facilities and what too many youth placed either publicly or privately experience within this industry. So Uvea, welcome. Would you be willing to introduce yourself?
Okay, so I'm Uvea. I'm 11 years old. I am almost 12, and the past 5 or so years since I was 6, I've been in foster care and treatment facilities. I spent my 7th birthday in a facility, Safe Center. That was my first facility. And now I am in a foster home in Junction City with my foster parents. And let me just say, this is the best foster home, and it is better than all of the foster homes and facilities that I've ever been in. And I feel like this place really can help me when I really need it.
What do you like best about it?
I like the accessibility of coping skills and help when I need it that I couldn't find in other facilities.
That's very good. So, was that the only time that somebody ever put hands on you like that, or that you saw that happen to another kid in a facility?
Well, I've seen many kids be put in different holds, but may I discuss a time where something similar to that happened?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I can't remember the staff's name, but she was sitting on the floor with both her legs faced out and my hands behind my back sitting on the floor. She pulled me back and I ended up sitting kind of on her lap. And then, can I say 2 words that she called me? They're not exactly words, but they made me feel very uncomfortable. She
The
said,
words made you feel very uncomfortable?
yeah, can I say them? When I
Mm-hmm.
actually slept, she called me a pervert and a prostitute. And that was at the same facility.
So you were about 9 or maybe just turned 10, right?
Yeah, around that age.
Did you, when those things happened and you felt very uncomfortable, what what could you do? Was there anybody that you could talk to
Not
ask
really.
for help?
No. And I only visited my mom like I from what I can remember like once a month. So I didn't really get to talk to her often or tell her anything. And there wasn't really at the facility a staff that I could turn to except this one nurse. Can I tell you her first name? She
Mm-hmm.
was the person I could always turn to, this nurse at the facility named Karen.
So Karen was somebody you trusted.
Yeah.
It's good to have people that you trust.
Yeah.
What did you ever, I'm trying to think of how to ask, when you did find somebody to talk to about the problems you were having, did they were they able to hear what you were saying and try to help?
Yeah. My mom, she's just always, when I haven't lived with her, when I could see her, she was always the person that I could turn to where from where I was in hard situations I was in, she was always the one I could turn to when I could see her. If there wasn't someone already there I could turn to.
That's good. And when you were there, could you just talk to your mom on the phone without people listening to you?
Well, each kid about once a week, they would have a phone call with their parents, but they would usually be supervised phone calls.
And were you allowed to tell your mom what was worrying you?
Not in private. So I just waited until I could see her in person to tell her. Cause I feel like I'd be retaliated against. And excuse me if I get all these facts mixed up. It was such a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Trying to
I'm
give what I remember.
so I first learned about you a couple of years ago, and you and I have gotten to talk a couple times, and you're one of the most amazing people that I've ever met. You are brave and you have made a lot of things happen. And one of the things that I've wondered is you're here on a video and using your name. Why is it important to you to tell your story and use your own name? What are you hoping to accomplish with
So
that?
I want to use my full name and put all my story out there so people can know who I am and know what happened to me and know that's not okay and it's not right. And it shouldn't happen to any kid or even any adult for that matter.
That's that's really powerful. And you have made a big difference already for a lot of kids because you talked to your attorney and you told your attorney what was happening in the facility and you gave her permission to talk about that at a hearing a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
And then you came back and a lot of other kids came back.
yeah. I heard that 88 kids went back home.
Yeah.
And
To that, you've talked a little bit about kind of holds, and we do have a bill about that this week. We have another bill that is about making sure that kids that were in other states at the time you were out of state um, are told about what they can do if they think that they were hurt while they were away, and to make sure that they get their records. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Why um, can you talk a little bit about why it's been important to you to have your attorney to talk to and have her have the information?
it was important to me because I want, once again, for my story to be put out there and let people know my name and know who I am and what happened to me. And just let people know it's still not okay and it shouldn't have happened to any person for that matter.
And why would it be important to you or to be able to kind of go to a court about that for the facility?
I want the people who worked in that facility not exactly to be punished, but to not even exactly regret, just know what they did. It's not right and they shouldn't do it again. And I don't think they should be put in a position to be seen fit to do that to kids.
Thank you.